At 16, my mom said, "You were a mistake anyway, so why waste a room on you?" They threw me out like trash. One call from Grandpa flipped their entire world upside down. Turns out I was living in his house the whole time. I'm Felix. At 16, I wasn't the son. I was the designated punching bag. My sister Ashley was the golden child. She crashed our parents' car into a storefront window. $4,000 in damages. They made me pay for it. Sold my guitar that I'd saved 2 years to buy. Cut my allowance. Told everyone it was my fault for not stopping her. That was just another Tuesday in our house. The night everything changed, I overheard them through my bedroom door. "I want him gone," Ashley said. Dad didn't hesitate. "Then tell him to leave. We'll back you up." Mom laughed. "Your room's finally going to be bigger, sweetie." The next morning, they kicked me out. Mom's exact words: "You were a mistake anyway. Why waste a room on you?" She handed me a trash bag for my things. Dad locked the door behind me. Didn't even look back. I had nowhere to go except my grandparents' house across town. Grandma opened the door, saw my backpack and the look on my face, and pulled me into a hug. "You're staying here." End of story. When Grandpa found out what happened, his face hardened in a way I'd never seen before. "I've been paying their bills for 15 years, he said quietly. "Electric, property tax, insurance, everything." I looked up, confused. "You what?" "I bought them that house when they got married, kept it in my name. They've been tenants without rent this whole time." My stomach dropped. "Wait, you own it?" "Every brick." He leaned back in his chair. "And they repay me by throwing out my grandson." He pulled out a lawyer's card from his wallet. "Call him in the morning. Tell him who you are and what happened." The next day, I called Alonzo. He confirmed everything. "That house isn't theirs legally. Your grandfather can evict them whenever he wants. They have zero claim." Grandpa picked up his phone and put it on speaker. When Dad answered, Grandpa's voice was calm but cold. "Time to pack your things and leave the house." Silence on the other end, then laughter. "You can't be serious." "Dead serious. You forgot whose name is on the deed. It's mine. Always has been." Dad stammered. "You can't just kick us out like this. I paid for every year you lived there. The house, the bills, the taxes. Consider this your official eviction notice. You have 30 days. Ashley's voice cut in from the background. "This is ridiculous. You can't do this to us." Grandpa chuckled darkly. "Still running your mouth, I see. You sound just like your mother." "Dad, please," Mom hissed. "Don't do this. You threw my grandson on the street like garbage. Now it's your turn." He hung up. 2 days later, they showed up at Grandpa's door. All three of them. Dad cleared his throat. "Felix has manipulated you. He's twisted everything to make himself look like the victim." I actually laughed. "You literally locked the door behind me." Mom jumped in. "He's exaggerating everything. You know how dramatic teenagers can be." Grandpa's voice was ice. "Dramatic? You're blaming a 16-year-old for what exactly?" Ashley spoke up, crossing her arms. "He's always been jealous of me. I work hard for everything I have." "You crashed a car into a store," I said flatly. Her face went pale. Grandma stepped forward, arms crossed. "Teresa from the repair shop told me the whole story. How you promised Ashley would come back to work off the debt. She never showed up once. I was the one who paid for it," I said quietly. "They sold my guitar, made me hand over 2 years of savings, all for her mistake." Grandpa stared at them. "You made this boy pay for her wreck. Then you kicked him out for asking why." The room went completely silent. "You have 30 days to leave that house," Grandpa said. "After that, I'm calling the police to remove you." They backed toward the door. Ashley glared at me. "You'll regret this." I smirked. "Doubt it." But they didn't leave quietly. 2 nights later, I heard footsteps on the stairs. It was past midnight. My dad was halfway up, moving quietly through the dark. Grandpa stepped out of his room. "Don't move." "Dad, it's me. I just came to talk, through the back door? You broke into my house." Mom's voice came from downstairs. "Please, we just want to talk this through. You have 10 seconds to get out." Dad took a step down, then suddenly lunged forward, shoving Grandpa hard toward the stairs. "Grandpa!" I shouted, grabbing Dad and slamming him against the wall. Grandma ran out, phone in hand. "I'm calling the police. My son just tried to push my husband down the stairs." Dad froze. "No, I didn't. The cameras caught everything," Grandma said, pointing to the security device on the ceiling. Within minutes, police arrived. They reviewed the footage. Dad was charged with attempted assault and breaking and entering. Mom and Ashley were evicted within the month. The house was sold.